Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at Jazz. What we're going to do with this video, we're just going to have a look at some of the movie edition figures that have been released of him. Again, I'd like to stress that this isn't all of them, this is just some of the ones that I've got. And again, that this is only the movie release figures. So although there's a Target Generations 1 in the background, there's no other of the Generations or Generation 1 variants of this figure. So, considering he didn't even manage to last the first movie, he's done pretty well with a figure range. I think that's obviously due to the popularity of the character that he was. So what we'll do with this video, we're going to have a quick overview now, just looking at them, of which ones they are. Then I'm going to pick the camera up and we're going to have a look at them all in a bit more detail. So, if we start on the top shelf on the left hand side, we've got the first edition that was released in 2007. We've then got, as I've just mentioned, a Target exclusive, so American exclusive, which is the same figure but with the Generation 1 repaint. We've then got next the Final Battle Jazz, which also came out in the same year. And of course the big difference with that is that inside the packaging he's transformed into robot mode. To the right hand side of that we've got the Dark of the Moon version, which again was another American exclusive, and I think it came out in Tesco's in the UK. So that was 2011. And at the bottom we've got the Human Alliance box set or gift set that came out in 2010. And to the right of that we've got the special, again, box sets, gift sets with 3 deluxe figures, Jazz being on the left hand side, and I've just put the Legends version of Jazz there as well. Now, as I said, he did die in the first film, so he didn't get much airtime after that. He's got a lot of figures released of him there, and they also reused the mould as well. For this guy, they used the mould for Smokescreen in Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, Revenge of the Fallen 2009, so they used the mould to make him. But, as I've just said, let's pick up this camera then, and let's have a look at these in a little bit more detail. So, here we go. So we've got the main figures here. So there is the original one right there. Excuse the glare. So this was 2007, so we're already scarily 14 years old. We'll spin it round. It did have the automorph technology, which to me means that it's a pain in the bum there getting his head to stand up. So that's the robot variant there. And again, if you shine a light, or you can see with the light shining on here, you can see that his eyes light up. Quite a cool little gimmick, I think. Obviously it was first used way back with the Generation 2 or tail end of Generation 1 figures released at that particular time. But it's good. The figure obviously has got a lot of articulation, and it is very blocky though. Very blocky, but you can still move all his arms, all his legs, knees, etc. And yeah, that's his representation in the film. This was the Target exclusive I was on about, so exactly the same mould, exactly the same figure. But there you go, you've got him in his Generation 1 colours, and that is the only difference between them two figures. To be fair, they do pretty much exactly what they did with the original Generation 1. They just use the mould over and over again and then just change a few things. So we've got Final Battle Jazz now, so we've got a few more paint apps there. Obviously where he looks a bit war-torn, a bit battle damaged. He should probably be in 2 pieces, shouldn't he really? That wouldn't be a good figure. But there we go. There is the Final Battle Jazz figure. Again, as I mentioned, he is now in robot mode there. So if we have a look at him in alternate mode, he doesn't look battle damaged at all there, does he? But there you go. So these were the 2007 release of the figures. We're going to jump a few years to the final film. And this is the Dark of the Moon version. Again, he wasn't in the movie, but there is, I don't know if it was Target, it might have been Target, but I know in the UK it was a Tesco exclusive. And there it is, exactly the same mould, just darker colours. I think, as I say, it's just because of how popular character he was that he managed to get so many incarnations. So we've got the Human Alliance version there. So this is a scaled up version of the figure, so probably like a Voyager size figure. And if we spin it round at the back, I've not obviously got this out of the box. There he is there. That looks really good actually. I might have to see if I can get one of them loose. But that's the Human Alliance version. We're going to have a quick look at this here now. So there's the Legends. Of course, the Legends is the very, very basic versions of the figures. I suppose this generation's version of the mini-bots. And excuse the glare, but there you go. Again, nice little figure. And if you're wondering what I mean by this generation's version of the mini-bots, all Generation 1 had a lot of little cars, and they transformed in very basic steps as well, pretty much like what that does. So we'll have a quick look at the complete gift set while we're here. There is Jazz inside there. You can't even see his head. Should have thought that before I got through to it. But there is the Jazz. I believe it's just the standard deluxe version. Looking at that, it doesn't look any different whatsoever. It is, it's the same one there, but there he is as part of another gift set. So again, I know there's more figures released of him, of the movies. Funnily enough, I am going to be doing a full Jazz Generations run soon. There's obviously quite a few more figures there, but for those of you who really like the movies, I've got a few movie figures obviously, and for those of you who really like the character, this is Jazz and all the versions that I have of him from the movies. I hope you enjoyed looking at it. I hope you find it educational, and if there's a couple on there that you want to look out for, then at least I've made you aware of it. Thanks very much. Take care.